What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the It Doesn't Matter podcast. I'm your host. I'm Notorious One. I am Dom, and tonight we're diving back to 1996 to one of the most underrated SummerSlams of all times. I got my crew with me. I got my man BDC, and you know he's bringing all the fire it takes. I got the man with all the knowledge. He's armed with the stats and the history. I'm here with Strap Facts, and I'm here with the man with the vibes and the good humor. I'm here with Poppy Platino. Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, baby?
What's going on? Platino, this is your choice. Why did you choose SummerSlam 1996?
I don't remember watching this particular pay-per-view for some reason, but once I saw one person in particular who will be in our Hall of Fame, Psycho Sid, the man. I had to choose it, so that's the only reason why. So yeah, I didn't care about anything
why you
else.
chose 96?
Yeah, I saw Psycho Sid, so I was like, all right, I'm happy.
Oh, damn. All right, well, that threw me off. Well. I didn't expect that. Yes, Psycho Sid, he is loved on the IDM pod. And he had a match later on we're going to talk about against the British Bulldog.
But also, I did want to see this version of Vader because there was talks of him and Shawn not getting along. So I kind of wanted to look at this match and kind of like deep dive here and there to see maybe where the rifts were, or maybe it was just all fodder that Shawn was just in his, you know, his demons. Because in that time, Shawn was not the Shawn of right now.
Shawn right now got bad knees, knee replacements.
Yeah.
All right, but BDC, Strap, did you guys watch the show live or on tape? This is the first time you ever seen this show?
It is not the first time I've seen this show. The first time I did see it was many moons later on DVD, or actually on VHS. One of the first things that I personally rented from Blockbuster was a couple of SummerSlams, and this happened to be one of them. I did not see it live because Dad wasn't paying for that, and I wasn't paying for it either. So yeah, as I said, many moons later, I got it through Blockbuster, and watched that along with, I think it was 2 or 3 other events at the time, including one Capital Carnage.
That's a big gap right there, bro.
I watched a lot of them. I got 4. I got literally 4 VHS tapes at one shot because I just knew I was going to watch them all in one night, and I didn't. So,
Jeez.
Did you get one night in China?
Absolutely not.
Oh, all right, just checking. What about backdoor?
No.
No. All right.
No.
Yeah,
No.
You missed out.
No. I guess I did. No. Just no.
Just know, brother, when we were back there, we took over.
Nope.
Strap, how would you describe the WWF in 1996 compared to WCW Nitro and the way the NWO was blowing up? Because I know you started in 95. What are your thoughts on this?
Excuse me. I'll still focus on the previous question that I didn't answer.
My bad, play.
I know exactly. I know exactly where I was. I really wanted to get this story out. I wanted to say this. That's why I had no idea what you just said, because I was thinking about this. I know, well, for one, I can never get pay-per-views. We didn't have that capability in this house. Never. So that's one thing. But you could turn on the channel and it'd be all scrambled and you could listen to it. So yeah, I listened to the pay-per-view last night, fellas. But the next thing is, I know that I wasn't around. It must have been like a family trip to New York for some reason, because I set the VCR to record the free-for-all, which featured Yokozuna and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the nature of our television, routed in this house by my tech-savvy mother, sometimes the signal wouldn't come through. And then I'd record nothing, which is what I discovered when I came home, that the TV recorded static because no one wiggled the cable just right. But anyway, that happened before this pay-per-view. And, the WWE Network or Peacock or whomever, they're not always great at showing the pre-show, especially with the modern WrestleManias and such. The Usos notoriously were never on the main show, WrestleMania. They were always on the pre-show of WrestleMania,
Yep.
So where were those matches, for example? So to me, yeah. Well, if you remembered Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Yokozuna, and we're looking for it, you couldn't find it. They finally released it a couple of years ago. Thank you, WWE Vault. I believe it was you. And it was the most bizarre match because here you have, again, a future superstar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Yokozuna. What a matchup, huh? And allegedly, all I can remember hearing or reading is that, Yokozuna went for the bonsai drop, and he goes up for the move, and the ropes snap, and he falls backwards. Stone Cold rolls him up for a pinfall, eerily similar to how Owen Hart would roll him up the very next year. But anyway, Stone Cold was talking about how something was wrong with the ring, or there's a trap door in the middle of the ring that they kept trying to avoid during the Stone Cold Yokozuna match. So Stone Cold was specifically walking funny around the ring. And I just thought, okay, well, it's pro wrestling. You guys exaggerate stories. After having seen this match, which y'all should check out too, you can see Stone Cold oddly just moving in the ring. It's the most craziest thing. No wonder they never easily released it for fans to watch. It is awkward as hell. But anyway, never saw this SummerSlam before. I had checked out a few of these matches, but I didn't remember it as a whole. As a matter of fact, watching this show, it was uncovering many secrets that I totally forgot about. So as we go along with the show, there'll be some surprising things to see. But your follow-up question, Dom, which was, if you could repeat it for everyone here today.
How would you describe the WWF in 1996 compared to WCW Monday Nitro and the way the NWO were blowing up?
Well, it's kind of weird. I mean, creatively, if you look back, they were both doing very well. I mean, they were already 5 months or so into the Monday Night War. So, I remember that January, we're still talking about that Raw Bowl, and we're talking about Vader debuting at the Rumble and then assaulting Gorilla Monsoon the next night on Raw. The story with Shawn Michaels being concussed, in that injury and coming back of the Royal Rumble. Diesel just turning heel, entering the Royal Rumble. Bret Hart's the champion. He's going to face The Undertaker. And that's all January 1996. You know what else was in January 96? The Battle of Hulkamania versus the Dungeon of Doom. There's the Giant and the Horseman. There's Ric Flair. There's the Giant. There's the Mega Powers, Hogan and Savage, with their secret weapon, Elizabeth.
Hey, there's we didn't get that far on Nitro yet.
we getting there. We getting there. Not there yet.
Well, as I told you guys the other day, I wanted to watch that Clash of Champions for whatever that was, for that era. But that was all January 96. It's an exciting time. I don't know why I chose one or the other. Maybe because I got into wrestling because of the kids at school, and it's like I think they liked the WWF more, so that's why it meant more to me to watch the WWF. But yeah, I don't know if I really I can't imagine if I was such a WCW fan. I can't imagine that. And look what happened. But anyway, the state of WWF, they were in flux. They lost Razor, they lost Diesel, they lost their main stars. Shawn Michaels, their new world champion, and he's having a stressful summer. He's kind of had the stressful run as WWE champion that Eddie Guerrero had, just holding on to that pressure of being the man, the guy. And, he defended against the British Bulldog and Vader. He was supposed to lose it to Vader, I think. And he just had a really long year. But if you could pick a WWF champion to grow up with, you'd want a guy that was dominant all year long, like Diesel the year before, like Shawn Michaels here in 96. Shawn Michaels held the company together while they were in that transition, bringing up the guys like Mark Merrill, the Wild Man, and Gold Dust, Savio Vega, Justin Hawk Bradshaw, trying with Ahmed and Farouk Assad. Yeah, Farouk Assad. So they were in a year of transition. The WWF was from the new generation, because the new generation was gone. Half of them left. 3/5 of them left. The new generation, they're gone. So it's just Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and then I'm Undertaker. But they were in a year transition, Dom. That's what they were in '96. Transition to greater things.
Shout out to John's cousin, the Trans. It's been a long time since you mentioned y'all. We miss y'all.
What up?
What up? All right. A video package kickoff for how Shawn Michaels, he's going to take on Big Van Vader. They show how the Undertaker, he's going to face Mankind in a Boiler Room Brawl match. And we are live from Cleveland, Ohio, from the new Gund Arena, presented by Stridex. Platinum, did you ever use Stridex back in the day?
Never.
Hell, you want to tell the people today what the hell Stridex is?
Stridex is basically like an alcoholic pad that would help wipe all the dirt and gunk. So if you got a little pimply kid in the house, got a teenager myself right now, I'd slap that Stridex when I see him. Slap, clean that face out, and toss it out.
You want to clean it good. Remember the scene in Ace Ventura when he had the cloth when he trying to stop the running to see the ring? That's what you need to do. Cloth in his face, choke his ass out. There you go. Your face is pure. Yep. Just like that. All right, we got Vince McMahon, good old JR, and Mr. Perfect in that same blue suit that he always wears. It's like he only got one damn suit. But yes, Perfect's on commentary. In our opening match, we have Savio Vega taking on Owen Hart. And Owen Hart at this time, he is sporting a cast. Man, it was crazy seeing how he opened this match, because last week we covered SummerSlam 94 and he closed. Well, no, excuse me, I'll take it back. He should have been in the main event of SummerSlam 94, but yes, he was a match before then. But yeah, Owen, he's sporting the cast. He's a Slammy award-winning winner, and yeah, and this was a good opening match right here, a good open back and forth match right here. And we see Clarence Mason come down to the ring, and he just watching what the hell is going on. Plot to know, who the hell is Clarence Mason?
Was he the lawyer for Jim Cornette at the time? Well, basically like their parody of who's the lawyer for the damn OJ
Cochran.
trial?
Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran. That's basically their parody of Johnny Cochran. It's kind of fucked up, but
basically. So yeah, it was wild seeing this time Clarence Mason. Strap, what was Clarence Mason's name in WCW?
It was like something big, like Lester Biggs, wasn't it?
I don't know.
damn.
I bet it's something like that. Or Lester Biggs is somebody else. I don't know who that would be. Luther Biggs. Oh shit!
I know what my name will be.
Luther Biggs.
Oh Lord, BDC looking it up right now. Who is he? BDC? Who is he?
Sure is. Hold on. Hold on.
You are over 18.
Yep, we are. He was J Biggs, just J Biggs,
Just big.
J Biggs.
J Biggs.
All right, cool.
I don't remember who he was
Too much of a
with
soul,
in
then.
WCW, but it doesn't matter. His career was short lived. But
Yeah.
anyways, like I said, Owen had the cast on his arm, and during his match, he played a little possum, and he took care of Savio Vega, and he knocked him out cold with that dirty ass cast. Then he
Shit
puts
was
him in the
dirty looking,
sharpshooter,
too.
and Owen Hart, he gets the win. And then after this, Owen Hart celebrates with Clarence Mason. Plot to know, this is your choice. What are your thoughts on this opening match right here?
We're live,
He's
pal.
speechless. He
Yes,
is
pal.
speechless. He
There
is
you go.
absolutely
Oh,
speechless.
Lord, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we hear you now. All
Yep.
right, yeah, fuck that. Yep. Continue.
Go ahead.
You're good. You're in
But
here.
you are in here. We see you. We
see
hear
ya.
you. Don't worry. We're not throwing middle fingers up at you or anything.
We see you. We hear you. You good. What are your
Mine's
thoughts
not a
on
finger.
Savio Vega and Owen Hart? Let's open the match. All right. Does this match matter for you? All right. BDC, what about you?
I agree. It was a decent opener. But I think at this point we've kind of set the bar a little high for Owen Hart based on what he can do. And I mean, Savio Vega was a good performer as well. So you put the two of those together, the bar is a little higher, and it didn't quite hit that mark. But as far as an opener was concerned, it was a really good match. And like you said, at this point, he was rocking the cast, so there's always a gimmick involved. And whenever there's a gimmick involved, expectations lower a little bit because, at some point, that gimmick is going to be heavily involved in the finish. And it was. So, decent match. Still very much mattered. But like I said, it was more or less a matter of expectations a little higher than the match actually produced.
Touche. That's a good way to put it. What about you, Strap?
I didn't really have any expectations because I know the match was going to happen. I didn't as I watched the show, but I thought it was a good opening match between two guys. I mean, they weren't necessarily not like Savio Vega was just a little year out of being a 1 year rookie, even though he wrestled as Quang for so many years.
I keep forgetting that.
Quang.
Yeah, Quang TNT. So he wasn't like a rookie. He just wasn't. So like here's he debuted as a new character as Savio Vega, and he's doing pretty well. I just don't think he was super over enough to face Owen Hart, but these two had a really good match, and I just didn't think the personalities were as over as they should be for kicking off the show hot. But that's not how they booked back then anyway.
Yeah, so this match, it matters. Good way to kick off the show. All right, so after this, Justin Hawk Bradshaw, y'all might know him as JBL. He's out there with Uncle Zebekai, and he's talking to McMahon, JR, and Mr. Perfect and saying, talking trash about Savio Vega, and after that, he just clocks him. JBL hasn't changed.
He blasted him.
Yeah,
he blasted.
Yeah,
he blasted him.
He was a bully back then. Justin Hawk Bradshaw. He's a bully still to this day.
Yeah,
he hasn't changed whatsoever. Yeah. All right. Well, after this, we see Ty Pettingill walking around in the Boiler Room, and we see Mankind just sitting there talking about there's no place like home. There's no place like home. He's in his element. He's ready to go. This is the first time we've seen, or we are going to see, a Boiler Room Brawl match. They used to bring out all these new characters for the Undertaker to face, and they met their match with Mick Foley for the Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of glad it worked out for Mick because of what JR said about Mick Foley, because apparently Vince really just. I don't get what gets Vince off with his choices and how he is, where he's like, I'm just gonna bring him in, and I'm just gonna fuck with him anyway, just to break your heart. It's like, why you even hire somebody if you're just gonna be a dickhead? If you don't like the guy,
Janelle Grant.
What?
All right, just checking.
Wow.
I know what he likes.
Wow.
Take that hat off, Plano.
Clip.
Wow.
That sounds like a clip, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds like a clip.
Wow. He really went.
Great. Now the AI
you
knows.
There, not me.
What?
Oh, Lord.
He said, I don't know what get Vince off.
Not like that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Sadly, we all do.
Yeah.
You have to watch Platino's eyes as he's saying it versus looking at Dom's face, seeing if he picks up something else, which he did.
Didn't realize I said it
Very
until I was
much
like,
did.
uh-oh, too late.
Yeah, no bleep button again.
That's like,
had to walk over it.
Like, it's like Elias at WrestleMania 39 or Monday Night Raw. He says, the next person that interrupts me is a dead man. And then
Boom.
Boom.
Oh,
so good.
Man.
That was good.
Yeah, the Raw after because Undertaker wasn't at 39 at all. So
Yep. Monday Night Raw. Yep.
The only thing good about that post WrestleMania Raw, the glory days are gone.
I remember that last segment.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
All right, well, our next match is for the WWF Tag Team Championship. We have the New Rockers of Marty Jannetty and Leif Cassidy. Platinum, who the hell is Leif Cassidy? Let the people know.
That would be... Is he still the owner of OVW right now?
He's still a part of it.
Okay. That is Al Snow. One of the mid-card guys back in the Attitude Era, if you would say.
Yep.
Definitely in the hardcore division, which was very exciting at that time. And he had his favorite character that everybody wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Head cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That head made him a star in ECW.
Hey, yo.
That's what she said. Oh, man.
That's a clip.
That's another one.
All right.
I know what that meant in 8th grade.
Well, our next tag team, we got the Body Donnas of Skip and Zip. I'd like to know, who the hell is Zip?
Would that be Sonny's ex?
No, that's Skip.
That's Skip.
Yeah.
Then who was the other
Skip,
one?
that's Chris
Zip
Candido.
is Dr. Tom Pritchard.
That's Dr.
Yep.
Tom?
That's Dr. Tom.
Yep.
I didn't recognize him.
Because he's blonde.
His body wasn't so heavenly anymore.
Yeah, I was like, that don't look like... I'm like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, that's Dr. Tom. And then we got the Godwins with Hillbilly Jim, Phineas, and Henry O. Godwin. And the place went nuts for them.
Oh,
they
yeah.
definitely enjoyed the Hogs.
Not the right music.
Good old HOG and PIG.
Every chick in that crowd loves a nice hog.
And then you got your
Especially
tag
in
team
Cleveland.
champions. You got Billy and Bart, the Smoking Guns. And they had that
With
beautiful Sonny, who's cloudy now. And Skip,
Yeah.
at this time, he's wearing a neck brace. And like I said, the place is going loud for the Godwins. The Guns are your tag team champs. And whoever wins this match will be the tag team champions. And in this match, it's an elimination match. So you can tag whoever you want. You get the pin. That team's eliminated. They did some I had to rewind it just to hear the thoughts on, or the commentary on the match, because I didn't know at one point you pin somebody and they eliminated, because I'm like, oh, when they both tagged, when Zip and Phineas tagged both of the Guns in, I'm like, why don't they just pin each other and get the win? But I didn't know it was elimination until that time.
I thought that too.
I'm like, damn, that would have been slick. And Billy Gunn at this time doing a lot of talking, so you could tell he's on the verge of breaking out from being a smoking gun. A lot of talking. Cause Strap, when did the Guns break up? Roughly.
It's around. It was a very sad ending to one of those Monday Night Raws, but they had a match. Bart versus Billy. The match. It was like in December of that year, and it's the one where Bart Gunn gave Billy Gunn a anyway, Billy Gunn had an injury angle out of it, and that's what led to Rockabilly and Bart Gunn disappearing for a year and a half.
And that was prior to the Brawl for All too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
It was a stun gun to the top rope.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if that was the name of the move, but that's the name of the move.
Yeah, I think that's what they used to call that.
All right, well, the Body Downs got eliminated first, the Rockers got eliminated next, and then the Guns and the Godwins are the final two. And the Smoking Guns get a win. After the match, Sonny gets on the microphone and said, "This is how real men are supposed to look, and this place will look a lot better." And then she shows a big ass poster of herself. BDC, what are your thoughts on this match right here?
Well, I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. I thought that it was two teams too heavy. I mean, I get it for what it was at the time, but I think it was two teams too heavy. It should have just been Guns and Godwins, but you know how they do. They had to run up that angle to get to four teams. Like, it just didn't feel like the Rockers and the Body Donnas had any business being in that match at all. Which is probably why they were the first two teams eliminated. But it was all right. It was nothing special, but like you said, it did showcase Billy a little more. It was like they were trying to give Billy kind of like that charismatic lead tag partner where Bart is just like the muscle and he's just there just to wrestle and, you know, back up whomever. But I mean, it was all right. It was nothing special for me. You just kind of knew that Smoking Guns was going to take it. You know, you had just a lot of stuff going on, but at the end of the day, you just kind of knew Smoking Guns was going to take it. They were literally quote unquote the young guns in the match. So
I feel like we've seen this at WrestleMania 13. Like, wasn't it like another 4-way for the tag titles as well? And two of the same teams are in it?
I believe so.
I definitely think the new Blackjacks were in it.
Okay, so Bradshaw's in that one. Let me see. Hold on.
So
Probably the Godwins.
Godwins.
So it could be BDC too.
Godwins would have been in it.
Would it be the Rock, Furnace, and LaFon, maybe?
Possibly.
I
One
feel
more.
like
I
we've
think-
seen this, but just with
We did. We covered
Somebody-
WrestleMania 13.
yeah, we did cover it. I want to say. All right, so with the Headbangers, Furnace and LaFon, the Godwins, and New Blackjacks. All right, never mind.
Really?
And same thing. It was a 4-way elimination for the tag titles.
The Bangers
All right,
didn't,
so
didn't
never
show up till like I say Survivor Series, I believe.
Say that again.
Early
The
97.
Bangers didn't come into like it was early 97.
Yeah, they debuted on Shotgun Saturday Night as Mother and Sister Smucker.
Oh,
And then they reveal themselves to be the Headbangers. Listen, I didn't always get to be able to stay up or know when the right syndicated time for Shotgun Saturday Night was back in that time.
That's
Right.
right.
It's like fucking Triple H got Tombstone on an escalator.
I remember that.
You know
They need to
that?
bring that shit back. Shotgun Saturday night. I want to see that shit. Hell yeah.
I was just wondering
Oh,
if
man.
they that hair went inside the escalator and then
Ugh.
Final Destination.
Ball game.
Go to
Jay
Ball.
Uso yeeting Grand Central Station.
That'd be dope. Oh, whole green.
Police,
Central just-
police!
Jay Uso dressed as New Jack. I'm raw.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
He didn't even
I
eat.
appreciated that.
That was
I
dope.
appreciated that though.
Every little detail with the headband, the tape, the armband.
The armbands.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
And
And
the
a
cart full of
t-shirt.
weapons.
Yeah,
That wouldn't have happened with Vince.
Oh, that was during the main event.
yeah.
Yeah.
Main event, Jay
Oh.
Uso.
Oh, I skipped over that shit. I just watched the opening promo.
Oof. R.I.P. Tommy Dreamer. By the way, R.I.P.
I heard.
Yeah. Yo.
Oh, I love Paul.
All right,
Yeah.
Strat. What are your thoughts on this tag match?
It was an interesting look at the tag division, but that's all it was worth because, you know, the Rockers looked horrible.
Yeah, they did.
I mean,
Even the gear.
you know, Skip and Zip. I mean, we knew what Chris Candido was capable of, so watching him as Skip is very disappointing.
Yeah.
Especially with
the
that damn
smoking
neck
gun.
brace on.
He didn't even get in the
So,
match.
So they have eight professional wrestlers, and only the match was written for one of them, and that was, as BDC talked about, Billy Gunn. So the only thing to take away from that match was Billy Gunn's heel tendencies. So this match does not matter.
Plot to know.
Doesn't matter.
I agree. It's unanimous. It does not matter. They try to, push Billy Gunn, and obviously they made the right choice because you see where Dr. Ass, Mr. Ass, you see where he's at right now. So
What?
Yep.
Oh.
yeah.
That son of a bitch looks better now than he did back then. That's insane.
And BDC
That's
said
the
Bart Gunn's the muscle. Whew.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I mean, Bart's still. Well, last time I seen a video, I was like, still jacked, but jeez, not like Bill.
I mean, where's his voice come, dude? You know, he does
Yeah.
not sound like Bart Gunn. Not like we ever knew what Bart Gunn sounded like anyway.
well,
Yeah. It's ironic that two of the biggest jack dudes in wrestling were two of the skinniest dudes in that match, being Bart Gunn and Leaf Cassidy, aka Al Snow.
That's
Because
crazy.
that dude is freaking jacked now.
Yeah, he is.
He is jacked.
Yeah.
So Platinum, my question is for you. We know on the other channel, WCW, they're hot right now. They're starting to really take off. Do you feel that the WWF undercard feels more weak compared to WCW at this time?
Yeah, definitely. Because I was flipping channels back and forth, and what kept me watching WCW was the cruiserweights. It was the one thing that WWE never capitalized on. They never could, because Conan had that straight pipeline from Mexico. So if WWE just had two of those guys, like Eddie Guerrero, or I mean, they had Mil Mascaras here and there, but Mil, no job. He's not doing the job.
No job.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Like he wasn't gonna do a job for the WWE talent. So yeah, they were missing. But you got to focus on your main events. That's what bringing in the kids and the tickets. But you got to bring some guys up. While you got the top guys up there too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our next match, the reason why you wanted to watch this show right here, we have the British Bulldog taking on Psycho Sid. And you know what? I look forward to this match, but this match was so short that Sid got the win with the powerbomb.
Yeah, it's crazy because I feel like nobody realized how crazy the crowd was going to get for Sid. Like, I don't know if it's because it was a surprise, the way they announced it, but for some reason, Sid always has that groundswell from all the fans, whether he's heel or babyface, where the crowd just goes nuts for him. I still, to this day, don't know why he's not in the hall, but it's a made-up freaking hall anyway, so who gives a shit? He's in my Hall of Fame. So,
Hall of Fame big man. That changes every week.
Yeah. I don't know if it's weird. Is he technically
Mount
a big
Rushmore?
man? Is he technically a big man?
Technically, he would be classified as a big man.
Yeah, he's in there. Fuck it.
Yeah. It's just he was so freakishly athletic for his size that it's very easy to not coin him as one, but he very much was.
Well, one thing that we keep saying about Sid all the time, that most of these wrestlers, even now to this day, don't have charisma. You either have it or you don't.
Or you don't. Right.
You can't buy it. You can't sell it. You can't teach it. It's just you got it. It truly is one of those things where somebody, it doesn't matter how tall you are or whatever, you walk in the room and everyone's like, who's that guy?
Yeah. And the craziest part is that he wasn't the best talker by far.
Didn't need to be.
But everything else about him said it, so his voice didn't even matter. He had one, cool, you can hear him talk. A lot of the stuff that he said was absolutely funny, even if he didn't want it to be.
Yeah.
But he had it. Whether he was a heel or a face, he always had it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, no matter what, he was just going to be over no matter what. He had it. He had it.
What do you expect with a guy with a bowl of ramen noodles on top of his head?
Bingo.
Chicken flavor. Right, that's what it was.
Do you guys feel like if he wasn't,
chicken flavor?
If he didn't love softball so much, his career would have went through the roof, because he'd always take time off for softball? In WCW and WWE, he did it anyway. They were like, all right.
That's hilarious.
No, seriously.
I didn't know that. That's hilarious.
It's been known. This is known. Like, I've heard in other podcasts that, like, Sid would literally take summers off for softball.
That's awesome. That's newfound respect right there, man. That's hilarious.
And he comes back and he's still over. That's the crazy thing.
Right. Oh my god.
So after the match, Jim Cornette, he's arguing with Clarence Mason. They both out here, so I guess they fighting for talent.
I believe he was managing Bulldog at the time too, because he had Owen, Bulldog. Did he have Yoke at the time too? Or maybe he lost Yoke.
Yoke might have been gone by then.
All right, well, he had those two guys, that part of the Hart Foundation, and maybe he had a third. Oh, he had Vader too as well. So he was managing a few guys, and from what he's looking, he's like, all right, you're an associate of mine, but you're poaching my talent. You're not taking money away from me. Which is smart as a basically like that sleazy manager that trying to keep somebody under his thumb so that way he can still make money off of them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Strap, what do you think?
I was thinking, Jim Cornette, he Camp Cornette as a manager. You had Bobby Heenan, he's the manager of champions. Andre and Nick Bockwinkel and Mr. Perfect. But Mr. Cornette did not have any world champions that he got to the world championship. Vader already won his WCW world titles without him. He had Yokozuna, I guess, for all those times, all those years. So I guess he was a world champion manager. So never mind that. Never mind all that. But he never got anyone else to the world championship. Neither the Rock and Roll Express, neither the Bulldog, Owen, or Jeff Jarrett in that Arizona style getup he had for a period of time.
Yeah.
Can we all say that this match doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
I wouldn't say that.
But
I wouldn't say that.
Sid matters, the match doesn't.
Well,
let's just say that.
Wait, correction. Sid matters, the Bulldog matters, the match didn't matter. Clarence Mason didn't matter, Jim Cornette didn't matter. Those two mattered, the match didn't matter. Lakers in 5.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I will just say, just by the crowd's reaction alone, that tells you all you need to know. It does matter.
Sid over.
Yeah, Sid was definitely over.
What were you going to say, Strap, before we interrupt you?
I was just thinking where Mr. Clarence Mason would go on to. He'd find a better role with the Nation of Domination.
I forgot he was a part of that in the first iteration of it.
And he also that's how he got into the Nation. He came out with Crush, that jailbird from Hawaii, when he came back with that weird crest of tattoos on his head. And they're trying to chant jailbird at him like it was a episode of Happy Days, which was filmed in the 1970s. I remember that episode. Do you know that one episode? I don't know the chick's name.
Yeah. I just remember.
Did you
I remember
even
him
bother?
jumping the shark.
It's like, it's a Happy Days a show you would watch anyway.
I used to watch it on Nick at Night.
Me too.
Happy Days was awesome. Did you
Oh, yeah.
Did you say you watched it on Nick at Night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I was watching it when it was coming on WPIX when it was
Okay.
He's watching on Real Times.
I was watching it when it was just repeating for the first time. Jesus.
Lord.
They were just putting it back on TV.
This really has nothing to do with wrestling, but I was doing this plan as I need to go to fucking bed. But I was DJing a wedding. It was volunteer work. It was, so it was free. So, it really, that's how it plays. It really didn't matter what I did because I wasn't getting paid for it anyway.
Right.
But, oh man, the people were special needs people. So, they were taking their time. They're taking their very sweet time because it's like, okay, it's like, what are you supposed to do? Everyone in the room knows what's going on. So we're all just waiting. And it's like, I'm the DJ. I'm supposed to play their music and wait for them to come out and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, the crowd I'm not afraid of public speaking. I was like, does anyone remember Nick at Night? I was like, yeah, sure. Did you know that they did theme nights and every night of the weekday had a theme night? Does anyone know what those theme nights were? Of course they did. It's like, well, I do.
Monday, Happy Days.
So Monday. So if you guys want to play along just a little bit, think of the classic TV shows, sitcoms of television history. Okay. So what each day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would have a theme day. So what would Monday be if you had to guess?
Would that be Bewitched?
No.
Brady Bunch.
No.
Dick Van Dyke?
I'll give it to you. It's Munster Mondays.
Oh,
Monsters.
Monster Mondays. Okay. How about Tuesday? Tuesday. This is
That's
all
Happy
real.
Days.
This is all real.
yeah, I think that was Happy Days.
That's Happy Days.
Really?
That's not Happy Days.
No, it was I Love Lucy Tuesdays.
Oh wow.
Hey,
Wednesday.
That's Which Wednesdays?
I love that one.
Be-
though.
Correct.
Bewitched Wednesdays.
Bewitched Wednesdays.
Bewitched
Yes.
Wednesday.
Bewitched
That makes sense.
Thursday.
Brady Bunch.
Thursday.
You already said it. Someone said
Happy Days.
Happy Days Thursday.
Nah, Happy Days is Friday. Happy Days is gonna be Friday.
No. Well, they might have changed it, but in this iteration, Fridays was the Wonder Years.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love that one. I just randomly, because when I had Paramount Plus, I looked at this random one episode of Wonder Years. I remember Kevin Arnold. He worked at this hardware store with this old guy. There you go. And it was a fun episode. It was Kevin Arnold working at the hardware store for this old guy, and the old guy was trying to teach him a lesson. But of course, Kevin Arnold wanted to work at the mall. The cool mall, Crystal Mall, opened in 1984. So, yeah, that's a fun episode. No, not for you.
Oh, I used to like that. What would you do if I sing out of tune?
You know what's also
Jesus.
Winnie Cooper.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, Winnie Cooper.
Broke
That was
everyone's
not-
heart as a kid.
That was not on my bingo card today.
No,
Olivia Diabo.
that's her real name.
That is the only time you'll ever hear Olivia Diabo's name on this show. She was the sister,
Yeah.
the older sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when that was good times.
2 a.m. Sundays.
I was say, they didn't have good times. You know they didn't have good times. You know they didn't have good times.
All right, well, our,
boy. Get back
our
on topic.
next match. Our next match, we have Goldust with Marlena taking on Mark Merrill with Sable.
Who did not have a good time.
She was freaking out this whole damn show.
Oof.
Did not
So
have a good
while the
time.
match is taking place between Goldust and Mark Merrill, Mankind walks towards the aisle, walks towards Sable, and Sable she is flipping out, and Mankind's calling Sable, "Mommy, mommy!"
Oh my god.
And the ref comes after Mankind, and he just takes off running. That's like the fastest you ever seen Mick Foley ever run before.
They use that recording for Warzone. When you're playing with Mick, you hitting him hard enough. Pause. Oh, you're mommy, mommy.
Oh Lord!
I'm just like, oh jeez, I'm not
06.
playing with anyone that's playing with Mick.
It seemed like during this match, the fans weren't really into it. Like
Yeah.
No.
they watching Marlena smoke a cigar and Sable looking good at the time. But when Miro hits that shooting star press clean,
That was nice.
Marlena, she distracted the ref. But Goldust, he got the win with the curtain call.
Yep.
Why don't you do that move anymore, John?
I have no idea. He had like 20 moves that he all called the curtain call.
This is true.
This was the 1996 curtain call.
Yeah.
And watching this match, Mark Merrow, and I think this is the beginning of the end. I think something happened because it just felt weird for him to lose this match. Something must have happened, I think, and this is him on the way down. Even though he would win the Intercontinental title like the next month, but maybe it's just storyline. Maybe it's just storyline making, and I'm just being a fool. So
He would fight his wife later on soon anyway.
Yeah, I would say that the match just it seemed really off all the way through because it was like between Mankind coming out and basically tormenting Sable, and then Goldust winning the match, and then he goes on and he torments Sable too, and then Mark Merrow hitting his shots, and I mean the match was cool. There was a very obvious botch where Goldust was supposed to be doing something to Mark Merrow that ended up with Mark Merrow ended up outside of the ring, and somehow, some way, they both did. And then Mark Merrow immediately gets up and gets right back into the ring, like no sold, whatever the hell that was supposed to be. It was like the whole match just felt off, and I'm not quite sure what the idea was behind it. Just, okay, we're gonna throw Stable in the corner, just have her tormented by everybody, but the match really didn't make much sense otherwise. It was literally, it was like Mankind had his Boiler Room match. Focus on that. Why did he have to come out? Have no idea. You had Marlena outside. She was smoking shades of R-Truth before R-Truth. And, you know, they were talking about this more aggressive side of Goldust, but did it show up? Because I didn't see him. The match was just weird. It was just weird to me.
Yeah. It didn't do anything for me. Kind of got excited last week when John mentioned, it was like, oh, we got two former WCW superstars going at it. Then you see this match, and it was nothing special whatsoever.
No spark.
No spark. Anybody feel different?
No, I mean, you pretty much summed up the match the way it pretty much looked. Because I was disappointed, man. Because Goldie, he can go. He gets the right guys in there, and I'm thinking, all right, Mero back in this point, he was actually a decent worker at this time. But I'm watching the match, I'm like, oh, what did I pick? Sorry.
Yeah.
This was the era of Goldust where he chose not to wear any underwear. Just so go to sleep with that knowledge.
I watched the match. He had the Fruit of Balloons. They were a little all over the place.
My eyes are up here, Dom.
Yeah,
I think that's all character work.
I think Goldust early Goldust leaned so heavily into the gimmick that it made the wrestling awkward. And as he kind of found the balance where he knew he could still do the gimmick, still be Goldust, but could still just wrestle his ass off, he got better.
Mm-hmm.
But early Goldust was so into the gimmick, it was just uber uncomfortable no matter what.
Androgynous.
I think the guy that actually helped him out though the most was Savio, which is crazy. Savio helped out two of probably one of the greatest guys in that industry at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Savio can't say no, not his position.
Unfortunately, that could have been Scotty, but Scotty
was too busy
not
biting Owen Hart's leg in this match.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Oh,
yes, he was. Yes, he was. Oh my goodness. All right, so after this, we see Sunny. She's back out here, and she's with Farouk Assad. And Farouk at this time is looking like a gladiator. Farouk is my man. Right behind that corner over there, Ron Simmons, the first world heavyweight champion. That was an African American in WCW. And Farouk said he wants the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship title. And where the hell is Gorilla Monsoon so he could get that? And then Farouk was also talking about Sunny Days. I said, I know he lying because Sunny don't like chocolate. But that's a whole nother story. But Sunny just said what she wants, she gonna get, and her man Farouk Assad is going to be the next Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, so I guess the obvious question is because it's one of the things I really don't remember, no offense to Ahmed Johnson, but outside of his start off and part of his run with the Nation, I don't really remember much of his run. So apparently he was injured, messed up his kidney during the match, messed it up again a couple of weeks later. He was in the hospital, out of the hospital, then back in the hospital. Had the doctor patting him up, and I'm looking at him in his robe. I was like, "Is this dude sitting here naked in a robe?" Ladies sitting here,
hey babe,
patching him up,
hey babe.
And then I looked at the nurse and I'm like, okay, is this a real nurse? Because she kind of looked like Tanya Harding, but Tanya Harding wouldn't have been that old at that point. So it was like, I was confused, but basically, bottom line is that IC title is vacant as a result of that. Our IDM's favorite champion vacant.
Not mine.
So
It's in WCW.
yeah. So yeah, it was just I don't know if how much of that angle was anything. Because I didn't remember it much, but I'm watching and I'm like, oh, so that's why he's not there. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I no idea though. No idea. No idea.
Now, sure, we talk about Ahmed Johnson again. Strap, you want to give us a quick rundown about Ahmed Johnson and hold out the big T part.
Start the clock. Okay. Ahmed Johnson, he was a new superstar in the late 1995. His first most impressive feat was being the second person to scoop slam Yokozuna in a multi-man tag match at this 1995 Survivor Series. He was, he was one of those new hot prospects of 1996, along with Savio and Goldust and Wildman Mark Mero, and he was on the way until BDC laid it out that he had a kidney injury. I don't know what the real reason was. I was still learning at the time. I believe what they put on TV, that Farouk kicked him really hard and it ruptured his kidneys, and he had to forfeit the title. Getting a little mixed up because Farouk, I think Farouk and Owen Hart were both in the finals of the Intercontinental title tournament in '97. When Stone Cold had to give it up. I think so. So having them, I'm confusing them with 1996.
Yeah, Stone Cold cost Farouk the match, and Owen Hart won the title.
Yep.
Then he stuns Owen Hart on one side.
Yeah. So in '96, I remember him still having the gladiator get up in like September. They did a series of tapings in September. Back in the time, when there was only a 1 hour Monday Night Raw, they'd film 4 episodes in one day. And it was a unique building. And sometime in October, I'm talking about Ron Simmons now, but sometime in October, he became, the real black militant of the Nation of Domination. But Ahmed Johnson, anyway, he would come back at the Royal Rumble '97, and he beat up Farouk and everybody, and he was on a tear. He teamed up with the Road Warriors at 13, and he turned heel on The Undertaker when Undertaker was the world champion. They're going to face off at the Canadian Stampede. But that was not meant to be. He got hurt again. At that time, he joined the Nation. Then when he came back from injury too early, he got injured again. So they kicked him out of the Nation of Domination. And he would come back to take, I believe, his last match ever, maybe, against Kane at No Way Out 1998. Oof.
If you want to know more about Ahmed Johnson, check the archives. He was on our show, and he talked about how his time was in WWFE and the reason why he left WWFE.
Did you talk about Sonny in that episode? I forgot.
Nah, he didn't. Hey, babe, fix my hat.
Man. It's a great interview because right off the bat, I fanboy and say, I'm a big fan of you, Ahmed. Always good to start off interview with fanboying, because if it's someone you don't care about, you're like, okay, what's your next story?
All right, well, our next match is a story, because we get a returning Jake the Snake Roberts taking on Jerry the King Lawler. And Jake the Snake Roberts, he is a born-again Christian, and Jerry the King Lawler, he kept on mocking him, basically saying, you're going to repent and sin again and whatnot. And the King is out here with 2 of Jerry the King Lawler's friends, Jim and Beam. He had 2 bottles of Jim Beam with him inside his jacket. And he's wearing a Vinny Testaverde jersey. That shit had to be hurting him. That had to be hurting him. Because King is a diehard Brown fan. You rocking somebody in your same conference, the Baltimore Ravens jersey, when you're at home in Cleveland. Well, that's where you reside now.
Technically, the Baltimore Ravens were the OG Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, but the Browns suck at that time in '96.
Yeah. So, but bear in mind, Cleveland, the Browns had just moved to Baltimore, so this was like it It was all the pain. It was all the pain.
Mhm.
I forgot that Vinny Testaverde was actually a Cleveland Brown and Baltimore Raven, so that in and of itself was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, King was overboard because between the two bottles of alcohol in his coat, and then he had the snake bag with the biggest bottle of wine I've ever seen in the history of man.
I don't know where that bottle is. I need to find one like that though.
He was out of control for the start of this match. And I really thought that when Jake just had enough and threw the snake on him, that was pretty much it. Match was over. But he did come back, and they did actually have a match.
Yeah, I feel like this match segment kind of dragged out. The King did more shenanigans than anything.
Yeah.
And obviously, Jake wasn't going to do nothing whatsoever. We also had Mark Henry, who recently signed with the WFE at the time. He was on commentary.
And I think that was the purpose of this whole match.
Yeah, because I think after this,
Mark Henry.
You got that feud after this with Mark Henry and Jerry Lawler after this.
So they basically served up Jake the Snake and the King to Mark Henry's debut, essentially.
Yeah, so Harvey Wolfman, he's the referee at this time, and Jerry used the bottle to hit Jake in the throat. My man was parched. He needed a drink. That's why, the King poured some drinks in his mouth after the match. Long story short.
Like, I understand that Harvey wears glasses, but how strong did the prescription need to be to very clearly see that when you're looking dead at him when he did it? It was like, I'm like, okay, his eyes is looking dead at the King when he hit him with that bottle. How did he miss that? And then he sees the bottle rolling in the corner, and it's like, how did you miss that too?
What's your prescription there, BDC? Let's see if yours is like mine.
Oh, mine is great in this one, sucks in this one.
I'm negative 4.75. So, Harvey, you and me, brother. I didn't see it.
Yeah, them shits is horrible.
Oh man, this match doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It was more.
They try to build Mark Henry. That's basically it. Long story short.
Too much though. I love King, but just stick to the commentary. It was just too much.
All right. Well, our next match, one of the main reasons why we are here covering the show, is the Boiler Room Brawl match between Mankind and Undertaker. This is the first time we ever seen a Boiler Room Brawl match. And the purpose of the match is you start in the back in the boiler room, you work your way to the ring, and whoever collects the urn is your winner. This is a violent match right here, and we see the Undertaker lurking for Mankind, and Mankind comes out of nowhere, and he hits him with some type of aluminum foil type thing. I don't know exactly, but he started giving Undertaker the business.
Yes, he did.
Fast forward, they make it to the ring. They're still going back and forth. Paul Bearer, oh yes, Undertaker.
Oh no.
John's about to get it. He's about to hear it soon. You already know. Undertaker drops down, all dramatic, throws his hair back. And Paul Bearer, no. He turns away. And then Mankind gives him the business, and then Undertaker again. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. He takes that urn. Wham! Right in the head. Mandible Claw. Mankind gets the urn.
Match over.
Mankind is your winner. It's Boiler Room Brawl match. First for its kind. Platinum, what are your thoughts on this right here?
I'm not a fan of the way it started off, but I like the ending because of where it led to. So when I was watching the match, I'm like, typical brawl, here and there. Mick Foley with that ladder bump, I was like, what? I don't know if that was, I made sure there was cardboard or styrofoam in there, but I'm like, if he lands on the wrong thing, that's going to hurt. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that bump, Dom, where he's like climbing the ladder and then, I don't know what that was. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the way the match ended. I mean, it started off, but what it led to was it was what I liked. So it led to a story where finally get to see a little bit more of the weaknesses to Taker. What is making this guy to still be, indestructible? And Paul, with the urn, was able to figure it out, and he got tired of dealing with this dead man. So,
Wow, Undertaker killed his ass in the damn cryptic tomb that we covered at Judgment Day.
Dom, he killed me.
Yeah, I mean you can consider that long-term storytelling because it was that betrayal that ultimately leads to Kane.
Yeah.
It ultimately leads to Kane, and that is very much the best thing to happen to the Undertaker character. I think it extended Taker's character for at least a good 10 years by itself, without where I'm not even talking about the whole conversion to American Badass and stuff like that. I'm not even talking about that because, Brothers of Destruction, yeah, here and there. But I mean, the literal feud between Undertaker and Kane, yeah, that in and of itself was about a good 10 years of content. And like I said, literally that moment in time where he betrayed the Undertaker and bipped him over the head with the urn starts all of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Strap, I got something for you. I'm looking up to see how many Boiler Room Brawl matches there were. Do you have an idea how many?
1.
6.
You give me 6? Okay. I would have said 2. 6. Wow, that's crazy. Is it all Undertaker?
All man, well, all of them except for one for Mankind.
Do they all
Mankind and
happen?
Undertaker. They got Mankind and Big Show in your house 28 Backlash.
Him in Austin.
Triple H and Mankind Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep, I can see that one.
WCW Nitro. Jerry Lynn and the Barbarian.
What?
What?
Huh?
What?
And
What?
then
Jerry
Jerry
Flynn,
Lynn in
you
the
mean.
Wall.
Jerry Flynn in
You
the Wall.
gotta mean Flynn, man. You gotta mean Flynn.
Oh, Flynn, excuse me, Flynn. Jerry Flynn, excuse me. Jerry Flynn the Barbarian and Jerry Flynn in the Wall. Then you
That's
got
weird.
Triple H and Mankind.
Wow. Matches I'll never review again myself, Your Honor, for 200.
No, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely not.
This match didn't do nothing for me. It was interesting at this time in 1996, but we did get a storyline where it led to us getting Kane. So I have to say it does matter.
Yeah, I mean, but realistically, think about it. How many matches have you seen that starts in the back and ends up in the ring that has actually been worth its grain in anything?
Remember that hardcore match with Big Vito and Screaming Norman Smiley?
The defense rests, Your Honor.
Oh boy!
The defense rests.
Oh man.
Wow, Dom brought us back already.
Because immediately the first, I mean, didn't even think about that match. I didn't even think about that match. But the match that immediately popped into my head was Vampiro Demon that we covered a couple of weeks back.
Oh, that was horrible. That's basically like a Boiler Room Brawl.
Oh, we seen Vampiro walk right past Hulk Hogan with the title.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I mean, generally matches that start in one area that's not the ring and ends in the ring don't tend to go well. They don't tend to go well.
Isn't that like the King of the Mountain concept?
What's the one with the reverse ladder match? When you have to put the belt on the damn or put something on the damn rope.
Yeah,
John, what is it?
Maybe that's the King of the Mountain.
Is that King of the Mountain?
I believe so. I think
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start on the floor, you grab the
He
belt.
put it up. You
have to put the belt
pull
up.
it back down. Oh my Lord.
What is?
Some
I know you're
dumb
trying,
shit.
Jeff, but that was a bad idea.
Does this match matter, guys?
it matters for what it matters for what it led up to.
Yeah, I agree.
It matters for that. It matters for that only.
Match wasn't great. Storyline enhanced it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jonathan.
All right. Main event time. Let's do it.
John don't care.
John don't care. It's all right.
Pick the bad pay-per-view.
Main event time. Shawn Michaels and Vader for your WWF World Heavyweight Championship. You got Jose Lothario in Shawn's corner. You got Corny, Jim Cornette in Vader's corner. And Vader dominated this whole damn match.
As he should.
As he should.
Mm-hmm.
Were you happy, Dom?
Worked it stiff just as I thought they would.
What?
Were you finally happy?
No.
Because he didn't win the title.
Too many shenanigans.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when Luger fought Yokozuna at SummerSlam.
That was like the year 2 years prior.
4? No,
3.
3. SummerSlam 93. Like they want to put the belt on the dude and they didn't pull the trigger.
Because they put him out. They put him out there. They put him out there so that fans could see him with the belt, and the fans are like, "Meh."
Yeah. They kind of wanted to pull the trigger with Vader, and it didn't happen. It got to the point where Vader won by a count out, but Jim Cornette wanted to restart the match, and then they restarted the match. And they got more physical, and then Shawn Michaels hit Vader with a tennis racket, and Vader wins by DQ, and then Cornette, no. We're going to do this again. No. Put the title on the line. Restart the match. Vader misses the moonsault. Shawn hits the moonsault. 1, 2, 3, match over.
Yeah.
But at least he did kick out of Sweet Chin Music.
Yeah, give him that.
He did kick out of Sweet Chin Music. But then again, Shawn Michaels kicked out of the Vader Bomb too, so.
Yeah. False finishes.
Yeah.
But why didn't they pull the trigger on Vader this time? Was he not a dominant heel?
I mean, that match alone, he was a dominant heel. I don't know if it's
I tend to think it may have been more backstage than anything. I mean, at this point, we know that the Clique, as it stands, is not much of a thing anymore, being as though 3/4 of it left, or half of it left. But I mean, at that point, is Shawn Michaels and Triple H power playing?
I don't think Triple H
power playing.
I don't think Triple H had any power at this time.
Yeah, so I don't. But I do think that Vader's entire run in WWE is a cautionary tale in how not to garner the support to get anything done in the back, because he, no matter what he had, it seemed he had no push at all, and which is hard to imagine, being as though he was as dominant as he was in the ring, but it just seemed like he had no traction at all. He just did, and it's weird.
I just wonder who were the baby faces that he would have faced if he were champion, though, because a lot of them had gone. Diesel, Brett's gone for a little while.
Well, Brett was going to come back. He came back, Survivor Series time, so.
Yeah, but this is SummerSlam, so you got another 3-4 months without Brett. So who would be his opponents? If Vader were to get the title this time, who would be the number one guy at this time?
Sid.
Oof. They might do a quick switch.
Yeah. Still got Taker.
Taker, yeah.
But Taker's busy with Mankind.
He ended up being busy with Vader in the end anyway.
True. Now you got to finish one storyline before you jump to another, though.
Yeah, you can always add in. You can add in.
Actually, yeah,
do
you can extend it.
You think with this match taking place, how Vader couldn't get the win, do you think like Shawn killed Vader's run right here?
I don't think so. I don't know if the plans were to give the belt to Vader at this time. I think maybe they were still building Shawn because he just won the belt at Mania, and they wanted to get that decent run in him. That way, he was more capable of. They had the bad guys. They had all the bad guys in the world that Shawn can wrestle with, so that way he can have good matches with. Problem with Shawn, if he didn't like you or something went wrong, you go back to Vince. I don't like him. He's a meanie. He don't know how to work with me.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
So.
Strap, what are your thoughts on Vader and Shawn Michaels?
I think it's all political. I think Shawn Michaels at this time in his career, he was that piece of shit in backstage. He's a little bitch because, Ric Flair and Sting I would gather that they're similar size, during their peak. They took whatever Vader, Leon White had to give them in terms of stiffness and moves. And, I think guys like Sting and Flair they just took it. And they're like, well, that's just, he hits hard. And so when Shawn Michaels goes against him, he's like, why are you hitting so hard? I can imagine that scenario.
It hurts.
So I totally believe that Shawn Michaels sabotaged Vader's push. What wasn't helping was that he had someone to compare it to. Sid, he's like, I'd rather do a job to Sid. I don't know how close Shawn, but obviously they were close enough to have programs over the last, few years. So I would imagine that they were friends, more friendly than Shawn and Vader were. He's like, Vince, look, he's in better shape. He's more over. I'll drop the title to him at Survivor Series, not Vader. So I can imagine it's all political for sure. You can't have a guy like Vader be successful in Japan and WCW and all these places, and then just why isn't he successful here? It has to be something where Vince isn't a huge fan. I mean, he's a fan. He pays him and got him, or maybe that was a JR call. Who knows? But Vince loved Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's true.
Let's really kind of think about it from that standpoint, from that vantage point in the 90s. How many big men, super heavyweights, how many super heavyweights, not Samoan, carried the WWF title?
At that time?
Mm-hmm.
Just one.
Taker.
No, I mean, not tall, but just big, like Yokozuna, big, like that.
Well, he said non-Samoan though.
Non-Samoan. Andre.
And that's why I said not, and I said non-Samoan because Yokozuna, because I do firmly believe that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why he got that title.
Yeah, the last guy that had it like that size comparison was Diesel.
Right.
No, Diesel didn't get it yet, so it would be Hogan.
Because I mean, think of the guys that they've had. Yeah, you've had Vader. You had One Man Gang, even though he was a key. You then had Mabel later down the road, and I mean, like that's what I mean by super heavyweights, not the taller guys, but just like the really bigger guys, the 400 pounders and plus. Yeah,
Bossman.
Of course he had Show. Bossman was never a world heavyweight champion, was he?
Well, he fought for it.
No, but the thing it did, the Vader fought for it. He didn't get it. So I'm talking about guys who's actually carried it. Yeah, and I mean, if you look at it from that vantage point, there hasn't been a whole lot. So, and I don't think that was ever really the apple of Vince's eye. How their body looked mattered to him. How their bodies look always mattered to him.
Yeah.
And as I said, Yoko got the pass because he was Samoan. And the Giant, Big Show, he got the pass just because he was who he was in WCW, and he was just big freak, and it just made sense. But outside of that, who really?
You got a good point there. This literally was the new generation. That's why it was time to flip the script. That's why you had Brett and you had Shawn. So them two guys were gonna, be the catalyst for the next up and coming guy.
Yeah, you could have literally had him lose to Vader, and he could have held it till Brett came back, and then Brett could have gotten it from him. But Shawn and Brett were not necessarily friends either, so that may have been a whole different issue. Would have made the screw job something really epic.
All right, guys. Well, final question of the night. SummerSlam 1996. Does this show matter? We get some storylines moving on to later on in the year, which is going to take us to 1997. Doesn't matter.
I'll say it does, just because it advanced a couple of stories that will later be somewhat important into WWE.
And that would be my answer too, is that the event itself doesn't matter. The storylines it helped to cultivate does.
Yeah.
Strap.
It's like I said. I'll say it does matter. I mean, even if not all the matches were great, that's shows more about that, more than just the matches sometimes. And if you're following, 1996 WWF, it's like this is an important show in the history of that year. So it's a big focal point. So historically, it definitely does matter.
Yes, the card, it wasn't all that, but it definitely picked up, and it definitely led to what we had in the future. Like I said, we see the history of Shawn Michaels and Mankind and Kane, and potentially Kane going to be approaching within the next year or so. So yeah, it definitely all played out to where it's supposed to be. So this card definitely does matter. Relive SummerSlam 1996 whenever you get a chance. If not, just listen to us. But this concludes the month of August, and we're kicking September with the Clash of the Champions 8 Strap Facts choice.
All right.
Strap, this ain't like you. You chose a WCW show, and you chose a WCW show that took place in 1989. What's up with that?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dom. Why wouldn't I choose a show like that?
Only reason why I think you chose the show is because it's short.
Great job.
My fellow podcasters don't seem very upset about that either. So
I'm not.
Go.
Yeah, absolutely not.
The past couple of weeks have been. Give me a short show.
Popping boys.
Yeah.
Popping
Yes,
them
all
boys.
right. Well, I'm going to run through the card right quick. Here we go. In our opening match, we have the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, taking on the Samoan SWAT team of Samu and Fatu.
Wow. So
What a rush.
That's how you kick off a show. I'm looking forward to
Good
that
thinking.
one. And then after this, we have the Z-Man, Tom Zink, taking on the Cuban Assassin.
What about the Dominican Assassin?
All right.
Uh-oh, we'll see your name next
Well.
week. We have our boy, Sid Vicious, taking on Ranger Ross.
Who?
Oh, yeah. Who
Ranger
are you to
Ross.
disrespect Ranger Ross?
I guess we know how that match is gonna go.
Who are you to doubt Ranger Ross?
Our next match is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. We have the Fabulous Freebirds of Michael Hayes and Jimmy Jam Garvin taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Okay.
So Doc
I just want to see
Hendricks
the
Okay.
entrance. I just want to see the entrance because
Dubbed over.
Michael Hayes back in the day was Bad Street.
Yeah.
generic song. Hey.
All right, after this, we have Brian Pillman taking on Norman the Lunatic.
Oh, why does that name?
Loser bangs Terry Runnels that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
He probably did anyway.
All right, after this, we have Dr. Death Steve Williams taking on Mike Rotunda.
That might be a
We'll
skip.
see what JR saw in him. He's like, he's gonna beat Stone Cold.
Our next match is for the NWA United States Heavyweight Championship. We have Lex Luger taking on Tommy Rich. Wildfire Tommy Rich.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's gonna be a brawl right there. Maybe.
And our main event is a tag team match. We have Sting and Ric Flair taking on Dick Slater and the Great Muta.
Hey, all right.
Interesting pairing.
It is. You know what? It's an interesting card. I can't wait to see the show next week.
The tag team name is the
Alright.
Great Dick.
You can't beat that. You can't beat
Great
that.
dick.
Don't beat it.
You gotta end the show on that one.
Let JR say that one. Great dick. All right, well, that wraps up SummerSlam 1996. Shout outs to my boys, BDC, Strat Faction, and Poppy Platino. Thank you all for chopping up like always. We covered everything from Shawn Michaels, Vader, the Boiler Room Brawl match. If you guys enjoyed the show, remember, like, subscribe, share the It Doesn't Matter podcast, and we'll bring you more good and bad wrestling. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Till then, I'm Notorious One. I am Dom. I'm here with Strat Facts. I'm here with BDC, and I'm here with Poppy Platino. And we will see y'all next time.
Boom.
Boom.
'Cause I'm the minister and the roller of the world. Baby!